The new Illuvium game mode is out, and I'm really sorry to tell you, but we are already playing mirror matches again. We're playing Rhamphyre Revenant, and I'm gonna show you how to play it yourself because I had great success with it today on stream. Basically, I was playing it all day and I was able to pull off a really good win rate. So if you wanna play it yourself, the link to import it will be in the description down below. Let's jump right into it and see what it's all about. Basically, we're playing a mirror match versus Chris. He's bringing a few other Illuvials. We brought a few other Illuvials. That's the cool thing about the new patch. We have so many different lines that we can go into. I'm gonna show you the standard line with 4 rogues and the air and everything, but you can also go into bulwark line and different lines that are brought in this deck. Let's jump right forward to the augment phase. Right here, Devastation Surge is gonna be your most important augment. We don't want to activate Phantom with our ranger, and Phantom would make your Rhamphyre be able to crit on its Omega. With this augment, your Rhamphyre can crit anyway on its Omega, and we can still play Revenant and use those big shields. There is also another augment that can do this, but that's it. So you need to get one of those augments if you want to have a really good round. So let's start off with the beginning. We're gonna place our Rhamphyre, and we now need to evolve our Rhamphyre into a Rhamphyre. We talked about this in the last video, so check that out if you don't know about it yet. We're also gonna bring the Volante right here, both of the Volantes, and then we're gonna bond our ranger with the Rhamphyre, which basically gives us 3 fire and 4 rogues. Really strong turn 1. Fast forward, he's playing the exact same thing, and it all comes down to RNG. My Rhamphyre wasn't able to cast one time, so he wins this round. Let's go on to the next round. Survival Protocol, really good as well for the Rhamphyre, and you will soon see why. This is absolutely crazy what's gonna happen later on. And then for the next round, we're already putting on those augments onto our Rhamphyre because it's gonna be... they're free to play, so you can play them at any point. So now we're gonna actually show you what the other line would be, because you have 2 options here. You could either upgrade your Rhamphyre to be a Rhamphyre, or you play for Revenant in turn 2. So I'm gonna show you how that would look. You would upgrade your Vermi to be a Vermilio, but we instead go for our Rhamphyre because we have those 2 augments, because our Rhamphyre will be able to be casting because of this indomitable augment right here. He's not in danger to be taken down before he gets a cast out, so we are going for the full Rhamphyre build on turn 2. Here we make a little mistake. I bring in the Fire Staff, which gives us Revenant, but we don't need Revenant yet. We want to have for the turn 2, if we play the Rhamphyre, we want to have Phantom plus Inferno, and that's why it gets a little bit close in here. Let's have a look. But you can see our Rhamphyre, we got so lucky here. Rhamphyre is casting, enemy Rhamphyre is casting, and suddenly we one-shot it. I don't know what happened there, but we'll take it. We were indomitable, so our Rhamphyre didn't die. Now this is a little bit weird because we already have the crit augment for our Rhamphyre. We don't really need Phantom. It already can crit, and we're going for the Warp Wave Assault and for the reactive transference. But because we already have 2 good augments for the Rhamphyre, we actually don't really need the reactive transference, and we maybe should have gone for Phantom right here just to deny it from our opponent. Doesn't matter, we give it to him, and now we're kind of in a pickle. We don't know where to put reactive the augments on, so we're gonna go for the Vermilia in turn 3, upgrade it 2 times, use all your tokens right here, your Ascension tokens, because if you have more than 1, you're gonna lose them. You can take over 1 Ascension token to the next round to have a maximum of 3, but that's it. You cannot bring in 2 to the next round to have 4. You want to get down to 1 Ascension token left because that's gonna carry over to the next round. So now we're gonna just bring in the Rota plus the Ador, and also the reactive transference, which basically gives us 3 Empath, 2 Revenant, 4 Rogues, and a really good setup with also 3 Air, 3 Fire, and 2 Inferno. Let's see, enemy does pretty much exactly the same, but he went for Phantom, we went for Revenant. Let's see who is actually gonna pull ahead, and it comes down to a little bit of RNG again. Big mistake from our opponent here, he doesn't have any augments for his Rhamphyre. So that's really making the difference here, and you should always try to get the first few augments for your Rhamphyre. Even if they're not perfect, you still want to augmentize your Rhamphyre, because in the late game you're gonna have enough mastery points to sell your Rhamphyre and give it other augments, but you want to buff your main carry, your only carry basically. Fast forward to the next round, we're gonna bring in our... oh, we have a legendary augment phase here. Siphon Matrix, I think, is what we're gonna go for. Super strong augment. It's reducing the energy efficiency by 20% and also the healing. So we're gonna go for that. Then we're gonna bring in our 2 Mystic, our small Mystics, our Monkey and our Ebb, giving us 5 Empath. And next up, we're just gonna upgrade our Ador to be an Adorius. So this will give us 2 spore traits. Then we're gonna just place our mystics at the far corner and our monkey in the bottom. And we're gonna try to keep our Adorius safe. One thing that you might have noticed, if we upgrade a unit, you can then move it for free. So we upgraded our Ador to be an Adorius, and now we can actually move it for free, which is really nice, and you can really play around that. And we're actually deciding to put the Ebb on the other side because Adorius just fits in here. And Ebb is a little bit bigger because he has already the size of his stage 3. Now we're putting the Siphon Matrix on the Familiar because our monkey is just gonna die too fast to get really use out of it, and our Familiar is gonna stay alive and it's gonna reduce that energy of units that are around it. Enemy is playing Phantom, so he has Revenant and Phantom activated really strong. But we can also crit on our Rhamphyre. We don't really need Phantom. We're just missing out on that stacking Omega power, which is not the end of the world. Monkey dies pretty fast. We're killing this side, and it comes down to a little bit RNG again. Our Rhamphyre goes down there, gets Indomitable, so he cannot die. And I think it casts... No, it doesn't cast one more time, but our Ranger actually takes him down with Inferno. Alright, on to the next round. We're gonna go for Shield Breaker. 30% less shields, really good versus Revenant. And now we're gonna upgrade our Gaze to be a Mystic. And now we activated most of our traits, basically all of them. We can get one more Mystic on the monkey down here, but that's gonna be it. Our Ranger gets the upgraded armor and weapon, staying Revenant, and then we're gonna just press play. Our Ranger actually going to this side because we want to do a little bit damage to the Gaze right here. Ranger does a lot of damage actually, even if it has staff. His auto hits is gonna do so much damage. You can see it right here. Actually, it's gonna happen to our Gaze a little bit more. Look at that damage. I didn't think staff would be doing that much damage with his auto hits. Look at that. Look at the Rhamphyre. One shot, stays alive because of Indomitable, goes up into the air, one shots everything else. So this augment was really the MVP in this matchup, and that's an easy win right there. Now we're gonna go try to get a rogue, because if you make your Adorius rogue, it's pretty nice. It's gonna jump to the enemy backline and it's gonna be safe there from the Rhamphyre. But our enemy also knows that, also goes for the same augment, so actually he's going for rogue, but he's going for Sapping Hacks. And we're going for Successor's Sucker's Gift, and we're gonna put it on the monkey down there, so he can tank a little bit longer all the rogues that are gonna be jumping down there. So put that augment on, then we're gonna upgrade the monkey, and then we're just gonna do a little bit of reposition. And that's what I mean. In the end game, in the late game, you have a lot of mastery points left over, and you have a lot of freedom to move around, reposition, and also resell your units to get different augments onto them. Let's see what's gonna happen. We're just gonna position to this side, to the Gaze here, and we should be fine. We're very lucky that he didn't put his Rhamphyre all the way to the corner, because then maybe he would have run up to the Adorius. Instead, he runs to our Indomitable monkey right there. Indomitable is not gonna make a big difference because we get a heal here, so we stay alive actually till 12 seconds. I don't know how long it goes, 14 seconds I think. And let's see what's gonna happen right here. Our Rhamphyre is there, his Rhamphyre is there, they're going onto my Ranger. Ranger is dead, enemy Rhamphyre casts, wants to one-shot us, but we have the Indomitable, so we're gonna cast one more time. And actually we get stunned out of it. And now it's the final matchup. Vermilia versus Kuka. Lose. And he's gonna lose. GG everybody. What a nice game. And I really enjoyed the new arena mode. I hope you like it too. Obviously, we still have to do a little bit of balancing. I don't think Rhamphyre needs to be nerfed necessarily. I think it's in a good position. But everything else needs to be buffed a little bit, because everything else underperforms. I just don't hope they're just gonna nerf Rhamphyre into the ground again, because I really like the unit, but it seems like it's dominating a lot. And also, this is the second day of the new patch, so let's wait a little bit. I'm sure people will come up with counters, and as soon as we got a few counters, we have a healthy meta going on. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it's gonna help you climb. Just use the deck as long as it's viable, because I think soon there will be a counter to it. I see you in tomorrow's stream or in tomorrow's video. Have a good night, have a good evening, have a good day. Peace out, everybody.